Before we start this video off, I want to point out that I am not a doctor, nor am I a scientist. But this is what I pieced together about the coronavirus, and I think it's very, very important to take the evidence that we have at hand and our knowledge, not just of numerology and astrology, but of how this matrix works and how the people within the matrix operate. Having said that, let's get started. The thesis about this is the immune system. My theorism is that there are more than just 3 basic lines of defense within the immune system. Obviously, you guys can read and you see what the doctors say. I am not disagreeing with any of that. My point is, there's more than just 3. Let's take the word immune. What do we know about it? Well, it has an I in the very beginning. I is 9. 9 is the ability to adapt. So where I'm getting at is the human body, especially the human immune system, has the ability to adapt. Not just to viruses, but to other things that could hurt the human body. What am I talking about? I'm talking about, obviously, not just 5G, but microwaves, sound waves on a higher frequency. Let's go down my theorism a little bit more. Now, what they're telling us right now is people who get coronavirus, the most susceptible are the old. Now, the oldest populations are 1, Japan, 2, Italy, and again, a few other countries there. Germany is obviously one of the other populations that's kind of older. So you would expect a lot of coronavirus cases in those populations. Well, let's take a look here. Japan, 81 deaths, 4,100 cases, about 2%. The US, a little bit above 2%. Spain, getting hit hard. But notice Italy. Italy's about a little bit over 10% death rate. Germany, about 2%. So Japan and Germany, 2 very older populations, 2%, 2%. Italy getting killed here. So what is going on? Why is Italy getting killed where the other 2 nations aren't? And here is where I'm going to start connecting the dots for everybody. 1G service. Well, we all know about 5G, 4G, 3G, but before that it was 1G. And the first country that installed it was Japan. 1979 was the first country to install in Tokyo. Here's what I'm theorizing. I am theorizing the human body is becoming immune. Some people are becoming immune to it because they're around those type of signals. And the more a society is around those type of signals, they get immune to it. So Japanese society, even though it's older, they're more immune to it. Why? Because they've been feeling it since 1979. So everyone born since 1979 has that immunity. Let's go back to this list. Again, Japan not getting hit. Germany, a very, very techno-savvy society, not being hit. But Italy, not so tech-savvy. At least not as fast as these 2. Nowhere near it. America, tech-savvy society, not that high a percentage is dying, like in Italy. So what we've established here is this isn't all about age. This goes back to the immune system. Remember, the immune system starts with I. It adapts. So my theorism here, because What I'm basically saying is this: there's more than 3 lines of defense for the immune system. I believe that societies and people who have been around technology, been born within 1G, 2G, 3G, I believe they're more susceptible. Their immune systems have found a way to fight that. That's why some of us are not affected. Because our bodies have either, one, raised above that vibration where it can't touch us, or two, we've adapted to it. It also makes sense why the older population is dying. Because unlike Japan, they have not been susceptible to this all their life. Therefore, their immune system can't take it when they start cranking up that 5G. When they start cranking up those signals, some people just can't handle it. It also explains why kids without pre-existing conditions are not affected. Because they're immune. They were born into this stuff. This is nothing to them. So again, while I'm not a doctor or a scientist, I've just connected the dots of why Japan has an older population, but yet their coronavirus death rate is very, very low. Germany, same way, coronavirus death very low, about 2%. Italy, old population, just like Japan and Germany, not very tech savvy throughout their society, and they're getting hit. And the reason I think this is because the human body, the immune system, adapts not only to viruses, but to anything, even sound waves that can hurt us. Remember, guys, we're much more than just numerologists and astrologers. Those are just the best tools within the matrix. Always gotta figure out, because the clues are always out there.